Can you hear my voice now? Can you hear my voice? Okay, can people hear me now? Hang on, I gotta make an edit. So there's sound, or do you not hear it? Okay, I'm about to kick off a print just to show you what I'm working on. It's essentially two colors. Yeah, I have a snowball mic. That's why the sound quality should be pretty good. So any second now, it's heating up. Well, no, actually it's not heating up. Pardon me. Give me a second to reset that. So I'm just gonna do a simple print with, it's a cone that I found on Thingiverse. And obviously I can't show you this screen at the same time, so I'll show you how. Okay, can you see that screen? Wow, it's showing my stat screen versus my regular screen. That's awful. So to do this, I'm gonna map to where the cones are, grab the cones, and then I have to assign a color. So I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna click the second, or excuse me, first extruder right here. Then I'm gonna click this and click the second extruder. Then I'm gonna say Control A to highlight them both. Right click, and I'm gonna go to Merge Models. And then over here, I'm actually gonna make this quicker because I want people to see what's happening. So I'm gonna do a 0.3 millimeter step. Excuse me. And then default settings, I'm not going to screw around with these too much because they're confusing. Even I'm confused by them. But I'm going to keep the temperatures at what they were. So I'm going to do about 210 for each on the extruders. And I'm going to do 210 for the second extruder as well. There's only one print head, so this shouldn't change too much. Then I'm gonna slice it. And of course it says it can't slice. So I made a change in my model that's probably screwing this up. So let me go find that actual change. The material supports dual extrusion. I'm gonna turn off the prime tower for now. I'm going to turn off that too. There we go. And I'm going to print via USB. So it's heating up now. Or at least I hope it is. Well, it looks like it is. So I'm going to go back to the camera so you can see what's going on. So in a second, you're going to see the actual fan turn on when the heat gets up. I have it set in the firmware to automatically turn on. And hopefully you'll be able to see the build plate. And I haven't screwed it up too much for this camera. I might switch cameras in the future if I do this again. That's great, Dan. How's the GTR working out for you for the board? Are you using a lot of extruders? Well, the heat bed's almost heated up over here. So hopefully any second now you'll be able to see what's going on if I haven't screwed up the camera. Oh, there's my hand. There's like a 5-second delay between me moving my hand and you guys being able to see it. No, this actually has 2 extruders on this one. You're probably running 1 on yours is what you're saying, right? So the print head's going to turn on the fan in a few seconds here. Let me see what it says for Cura. I'm looking in the wrong software. There we go. Print head's at 53 degrees, 55, 57 degrees Celsius. About 100, it'll turn on the fan so you can actually see it starting to cool. Keep in mind that over here, there's an actual plastic that I printed out for a mount that holds both the fan for cooling down here, and then you have the fan over here to cool the dual extruder. I'm probably gonna try and do something this weekend where I can actually record segments of how I did this, but they're probably only gonna relate to previous tutorials. So it might be kind of dull to see it print, but this is my first time trying to live stream, so obviously it's a bit disorganized, as you can tell. You guys have any... I'm using, what is it, for plastic? I'm using Hatchbox PLA. Let me see if I can raise the print head so you can see what's going on before it prints. It might not let me, yeah. It's under software control right now, so it's probably gonna move the print head any second now. We're at 207 degrees Celsius, so it'll probably start in about 10 seconds. Let me see if I can adjust the camera a little. Well, there's a little bit of lag between me showing you what's going to occur and what's occurring apparently on here. There it goes. Now it's homing. You want to see what the inside of the box looks like right here? I'll just point it down for a second. And now the print's about to begin. Yeah, don't move the filament with your hand if you do this at home. So first it's printing the orange filament. I've got to adjust my print bed here a little, I think. Yeah, it's not coming out too well. It's a good thing I'm doing this live so you can see me making mistakes. Funny thing is, it's not an actual leveling issue. The actual issue is I was burning candles over the surface a couple minutes ago. So there's wax on the print bed. Ah, looks like I'm gonna have to clean the print bed real quick. This is gonna be fun to watch. So I'm gonna pause the print, raise it up, and get this mess off the print bed real quick. And let's see if I can abort the print and restart it real quick. Okay, let's try that again. I'm printing a dual colored pylon. See if I can put it in the frame so you can see it for a second. So apparently, I started the first day of the holidays and decided to put a candle on the surface to light the candles, and got it on the print bed, so I had to swap print beds. So this one might have some issues. So Tim, how's your printer actually working out? So what's the problem with your printer, Tim? For those that don't know, I also have a Discord chat where a lot of people actually exchange information that might be helpful if you're trying to find something and I'm, sleeping. Other people might be able to answer it too. Yeah, normally I used to use for adhesion. Let me see if I've got a can of it here. Might be in the other room. It's actually Elmer's glue. Let me go grab a thing so you can see what it looks like. This is actually what I use when I'm using glass. It's the purple kind. And I rub this usually on glass, but I usually don't put it on this mat. Yeah, the Elmer's also washes off. Yeah, it's kids glue. Allegedly, you can eat it and it won't harm you. I don't suggest it, but that's what they give kids in the US to avoid them eating paint. But truth be told, if you want good adhesion, it has to do with leveling your surface and not putting wax on it like I did. But the preheat's not working too well here, so I'm gonna power cycle the printer. Apparently Cura doesn't like to restart a print for some odd reason. So I have to restart Cura to actually do anything. Generally, Tim, when your steppers move in one direction, it's related to your end stop functionality. As soon as you find your actual end stop for your 0 position, they'll move in 2 directions. So let me reset this print real quick here. Okay, that's going to take a second to warm up again because apparently I'm not paying attention. Do I print via USB from the PC or the SD card? Generally, I stay away from the SD card, and what I actually do, more modern now, is I actually use a Raspberry Pi with Octoprint on it. But at the moment, I'm printing from my laptop. Dan, it's about 7:49 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm basically broadcasting from New York. But a lot of people have been asking about this project that I've been working on for a month. So I figured I'd show you what I'm actually doing. Essentially, I've been printing the same model over and over for about a week now that I got the printer up and running. So I'll put the model back up here. And as you can see, there's certain things, if I have a better camera on this, you'd see that there's defects that I'm trying to work out of the print. There's obviously over here, I've got 2 little dots of where it's putting too much filament down when it changes colors. So I'm trying to repair that before I actually present a video trying to show that I actually know what I'm doing, which obviously, as you can see, I don't know what I'm doing yet. But for those that are interested, I might be doing a tutorial soon on 3 colors. It's obviously an additional color to this, but we'll see. Yeah, this print's actually going to be without a purge tower. The purge tower didn't work out very well when I did it. And for those that don't know what a purge tower is, it's also known as a prime tower in Cura. But at the moment, I'm not super happy with how Cura is actually slicing models, so I might change to Slicer, which is an older slicer. But I forgot how to merge the 2 models together, so I gotta figure that out again. So, Tim, you're having issues with loading software? An old Mac is kind of difficult because there's an issue that you have to deal with the serial port. I think you have to delete it. It's a Unix thing. So the PC is probably your best bet, but if you want to save money and not have to buy a PC, I'd get a Raspberry Pi and then just remote to that over the network. And you can set it up for Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't have a Mac, but I have an Apple IIc. That's 40 years old. Okay, it's about to print again. I might have to level the surface while this is going on, so we'll see what happens. Okay, that should print a little bit better. I leveled it a little bit. Actually, probably have to bring down this side a little. That's good enough for now. Hey, Computive, how are you doing? Yeah, the right rear corner is slightly off. But I had to swap the actual magnetic beds. I've got one on order because I took the other one from my other Ender 3. Is it good as in Guten Abend? What's the matter with your 3D printer, Computive? So can everybody see the print okay, or do you want me to adjust the camera angle? So why can't you print parts for your 3D printer, Computive? Well, at least you're an hour ahead of us, Tim. So I'm hoping that this render is actually working right now, but it might not be because the printer just stopped. Another pleasure of Cura. Or it's changing print heads. I don't know which yet. I'm checking to see the temperature. But it looks like it's trying to bring it back up to 210. The printer is changing either colors or there's something in the render software for Cura that's a bug that I have to unenable a checkbox. So it gets all wonky when it prints. Right now it's moving over to home for a second. And then it may go back and print something. I actually had it working today and then broke it apparently. But here it comes back onto the screen. It's just changing to yellow is what's going on. Or maybe it's still orange. Probably shouldn't have monkeyed around the settings before turning on a live stream. Yeah, it looks like it's failing, but I think it's gonna actually print something, or at least for a couple minutes. But as you can tell, I try and do all the failures while you're not watching. Or as some people like to say, letting the smoke out of the boards. I try and avoid showing those videos. Yeah, computer, there is a Discord server. There's about, I think, 102 people that frequent the Discord. So if I'm asleep, there's usually 2 or 3 people up that can answer most of the questions that come in. Wow, it's actually printing a little faster than I thought. Hang on, I'll see if I can find the link for you. Almost there. I just have to go to edit on my video to actually find it because I don't seem to keep it on hand and I forgot to put it in the description. And I'm looking at a video that's got no description, so that's not really helpful, is it? Let's see if it's over here. Today we're going to talk about some... Sorry about that. Okay, Discord. So I'll put this in the description of the video, hopefully. Let me see if I can do that while it's live streaming. Okay, I put it in the description of the video. It might take a second to update, but here's the actual link again. So for those that don't know, I actually, before I figured this out, went through 2 print heads. I screwed up on the first. It's actually a Big Tree Tech print head. Sorry about the blurred camera. I'm using a cheaper camera for this video because I was just experimenting to see if I could actually turn on a live stream. But I think we'll keep the live stream going until the print finishes, so this is probably a good time to ask me questions while we watch paint dry. Travel speed on this print, let me see if I can look it up real quick. I've monkeyed around with the settings on this printer, so it may go a little bit faster than it should. So I'm looking at the speed right now in Cura, and I have it set to 50 millimeters a second. So it's about 2/3 slower than my previous video that I showed for the test. That was 150 millimeters a second. But I didn't want to have you do that because you might damage your printer. I'll be putting the link to the print head up when I actually do the video. I kind of don't want to spoil it for everyone that watches the video, hopefully this week. But it's made by Big Tree Tech. It's a dual print head. There's also one made by Solvol. Let me see if I can spell it rather than trying to mangle it when I'm saying it. I think that's the other brand. Let me see if I can double check that. Yeah, it's Solvol. They're essentially the same thing. Right down to the actual sizing. The only thing that's different is the actual print on them. Yeah, I'm using Cura 4.8. So far I'm not very happy with it. It doesn't handle dual colors very well. Yeah, I did have a problem with the pneumonic connector, but I also didn't know how far it actually went into the print head. And I'll show you what my first error was. This is actually the print head that I first started with. And the actual PTFE goes down those tubes. So, for those of you that have questions, you want to ask what type of videos you want to see or stuff like that in the future, or if you want me to live stream like this every once in a while. Apparently, my stream is getting a little slow here, so let me see. Well, how does it look on your side for the actual stream? Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with the very first one. The first one that I used got jammed. One, because I didn't know about how far to put the PTFE in. And two, I forgot to lubricate it with canola oil. So the second print head, being the Solvo, I actually lubricated with canola oil. I keep getting these warning messages in YouTube saying that my bit rate's a mess, so if you're seeing anything that gets weird, let me know. Yeah, importing from one slicer to another, Tim, can be an issue. I've sliced in Cura and then passed it to Pronterface to print and had issues. Yeah, Kura can be interesting as well, though. Some of the issues I've had are obviously dual color. I might go back to plain old slicer with with a number 3 in it. And see if I can do this again, because there's some kind of bug inside Kura that I haven't been able to narrow down in the G code yet. Yeah, I'm always in the general chat. Computer. But sometimes when I'm at work, I can't answer because I'm in the middle of something. Yeah, Kitty Cat, how do you like 4.8 for Kura? Let me see if I can turn down the lights on this so it can look normal. Does it look better without light, or does it look better with light? There, I brought down the light so it hopefully doesn't wash out too much. So, Kitty Cat, have you tried 2 colors on Kura yet? Yeah, I hear it's lagging in some places, in other places it's not. I'm still learning how to obviously stream, as you can tell. So let me see if I can play with the widget. It apparently tells me my stream status is excellent, which in some places is not. So let's see what the activity viewer says. Nothing. Analytics, nothing. Stream health. So apparently it says it's good, which I don't believe, but okay. Simplified 3D, Mark. I haven't tried that yet. I'm probably gonna try that soon, but most of my experience is working with Slicer and Pronterface, so it's more at the G code level that I can read, rather than working with something that actually renders G code for me. Yeah, you might be able to hear clicking from the printer, I'm not sure. Every once in a while the filament will click on the printer. That means that I'm probably extruding too fast. So, for everybody out there, who's used different types of slicers and what do you think of them? Turning out the light for a second to see if it looks better. Yeah, Mark, there's a lot of different slicers out there. The one that I've always liked a lot was just plain slicer. Had to turn the light up a little. ICAM or ICAM. What is it? Guten Morgen, or is it gonna be? I can't remember what it is in Turkish. The Naken, or is that morning? Looks like it's about to change colors, or it's thinking again. This slice is not perfect, so as you can see, it's just resting there. Yeah, it's probably pretty late everywhere, other than where I am right now. It's only 8:13 p.m. Yeah, Kuro's really good for non-multicolored models. From my experience, it's actually very good. But as soon as I added this second color, it's gotten really wonky. But as you can see, hopefully it's starting to print yellow as I try and change the lighting so you can see better. Obviously, I picked the worst two colors for printing because orange and yellow don't show very well on this camera. But let me see if I can bring in the other camera so that it'll actually look better. Actually got to set up the other tripod real quick here. This camera will be a lot better for actual viewing, but I might have to turn on the actual lighting to make it look better. Well, there go the other two cameras. Yeah, for those that are wondering, that was my kitchen floor. Wasn't the good camera though. Putting the lighting back together here so you can see. I'll bring the other camera online in a second. That's not the camera. There we go. Just turn off the autofocus. Is that better image? Gotta bathe this with a little bit more light. Okay, does that look better? Yeah, I gotta experiment with it a little bit more, but those little bubbles on the outside are a little frustrating. As you can see, there's a slight layer separation on the right side. Or just not an area where it's printing. That's what I've been working on for the last 3 days. So I take it in the future you guys don't want to see me use a webcam for this. Hang on,
Hang
let
on,
me
let me
check my
check my
mics.
mics.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
I
one
got one
running on
running
the
on the
camera.
camera.
Let me turn it off. Okay, is that better? Can anybody hear me? Yeah, when I plugged in the camera, I forgot that the mic automatically turns on. This is the normal camera that I actually shoot the tutorials on, so... But it's not used to being used this far away from the work. Yeah, I've actually got to work on where I can put this camera because the tripod takes up about a third of the floor space in front of where I am. Well, Tim, I've got actually filters set on the actual mic, so like the refrigerator that's directly behind me, you can't hear it because it's auto-filtered. I'm actually using OBS, and I have a bunch of different gates set on my voice so that I can filter out certain sounds. But I'm kind of surprised that I have 9 people actually in the live chat. At one point, I think we're up to 15. Normally when I release a video, it's maybe like 500 views in a day. Sometimes 1,000. But obviously that's a different time of the day. Let me see if I can zoom in on this work a little. Apparently the camera doesn't like motion a lot. So has anybody got any ideas for how I should format the videos in the future? Do you want me to talk about the work before I do it, or just do it? Or should I invest in an actual camera that can handle fast motion? Let me see if I can change the camera to movie mode. Yeah, apparently I probably need to invest in a better camera for this. Yeah, end stops can be frustrating. Usually I test them at low power. So on 5 volts is probably the best power to test them at. But the big thing for me was I kept plugging them in incorrectly. So I didn't know where voltage, ground, and signal was. But I haven't blown up a board in like 3 years. Well, correction, I did blow up one board, but you guys didn't see it on video. That's why you always see those red and black dots now on the power supplies. Yeah, the camera's sharp, but the image that I'm seeing on my side makes it look like it's over exposed or there's too much light. It might have to do with the lighting that I changed. I might be able to dim it a little bit and see if it gets better. Unfortunately, the image that I get to see is the tiny one that's in the streaming. But oh, look, there's a button that says full screen. There you go. Now I'm seeing what you're seeing. Well, it's not a terrible image, but it could be better. So we're getting pretty close to the end of this print, and I'm gonna probably stop the stream because it's getting late here. But if you guys want me to do another live stream, let me know what best time in Discord you think I should have the live streams at. Remember, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so I work 9 to 5. So it looks like we're down to the last couple of minutes of this. I think we're down to... Well, let's see what we got here. Looks like we got 2 minutes left in this short video. But let me know in the comments what you want. If you want a live stream in the future, what time of the day. Probably weekends would be best. Normally from 12 to 2 I've got something going on, but I might be able to do something around 4 to 5. And it looks like the print failed. So at the very tip of the print, it's no longer printing. I don't think that's a printer issue because what I see is occurring is the actual extruder temperature dropping to 87 degrees Celsius. And that has to do with the slicing. There's an error in Cura that I've been trying to chase down. I probably recorded what that checkbox was that I checked or unchecked during this tutorial or video. But that's the error I've been seeing all week that I managed to fix yesterday. So the print's about to end any second now, and I'll show you what it looks like compared to the one that I actually fixed. So That's what the actual cone will look like when I get the settings right. And that's the cone behind it that actually has the issue. Let me see if I can move the print bed back. There it is. So that's a Cura bug that I've been working on or trying to figure out what it is. Yeah, I know it's my channel, but sometimes I want to know where the people are that actually watch it. And today, a lot of people popped in at a surprise live stream that I try out for the first time. Obviously, I need to make some improvements, but I'm guessing next time it'll be slightly better if I can work on the camera stuff. But for those that, what is it? I don't know how to say goodnight in German. It's what? Guten Abend or Nacken. Polish, it's well, I'm gonna say it in Russian because I can't remember how to say it in Polish, but it's what? Do svidania? Or yeah, do svidania, I think it is. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna hop off the stream and let you guys get some sleep. Oh, Dobranek. Is it it's not spasiba in Polish, it's... Oh crap, I know it's close to that, I just don't remember what it is. Yeah, I won't hurt myself. Next time I won't knock over the camera mid-stream. I guess that's a lesson learned. But this weekend I'll probably be recording how to actually set this printer up. But I'll give you a little view of what it looks like. Let me just swoop the camera around a little here. Obviously I gotta switch apps so I can see what I'm doing. So here's the top of the printer. I actually didn't have a chance to fix this yet. Originally I was going to give you guys a design for this, but I discovered it's got an error in it where it cracks. But this is where the other extruder is. And then down inside, my wiring mess is right here. And I'll actually show you what it looks like with a better representation of the part that I made. I just have to grab it. So here's actually the box that I designed to hold it. And inside the box, you can see that I've made a cutout for the actual printer so that you can wire through it. And then I've also made some mods to this so you can run the actual USB up and through the front. But I'll talk about that when I actually do the tutorial. So I'm gonna sign off now so you can get some sleep. Thank you all very much for attending the first time I've ever goofed up a tutorial on live stream. Take care.